Hey guys, want to do a quick market update video right here. Okay, so this is the Russell 60 minute. You can see our charts are pretty clean. There's not a whole lot of indicators on them, but we don't really need a lot of indicators because we're really trading pattern, and then the indicator's there to confirm it. So right here, from this move up, we had blue bars. Okay, it's a good sign that this move up is ending. Okay, so we would, if you were long this chart, you would trail this stop. You would have been taken out on this bar right here. Okay, market did go a little bit higher, but we use these in a couple different ways. It's not only there just to tell you if you were long to do something. Okay, forget about that. It's also there to say if we break higher, okay, without a relative pullback. Okay, because obviously this isn't the high forever. This is only a 60-minute chart. So we're looking for a correction, okay, like this, that's relative to this wave. Okay, so what that means is the second way we use it, if we only get this minor correction and we break higher right here, we're not really interested in going long the 60-minute chart, okay, which is like a swing trading chart. We use it for our bigger outlook for day trading. So we can also tell ourselves that the market is extended right here. Okay, plus there was a target, okay, off of this wave, right? So there's two things saying that this level, okay, is a valuable area that has odds of at least having resistance, okay, for an upper target. So it can also keep us from entering an extended market. Okay, so from this high, okay, we're looking for it to correct. Okay, target, blue bars. We have a couple of things saying, this move is potentially ending. So if you retrace this wave, okay, 618's here, this was our target from this high. Okay, and you might think, well, why are you retracing this when you just extended this? Well, it's a different wave. And that's where waves are not there, or when you count the waves, they're not there just to tell you, when to enter. They're also there to tell you when a bigger cycle is completing or starting, right? So we have a target 874 for this whole leg to complete. Okay, because our rule is 1, 2, 3 equals one leg on the bigger chart. Meaning, once it hits this level, just like this pulled back this wave, if all of this is now one wave, it's going to correct the whole three waves. It's very important to have that multiple time frame outlook and understand why you're even using multiple time frames. Because there's multiple waves on one chart or one time frame, and then there's multiple waves on multiple time frames. And as a day trader, it's very important to pinpoint where you're at in the bigger waves so you understand when you are trading with the trend or when the trend is getting to a point where you should stop going long or short. Just stop buying in that trend, right? Because the second question is always the most important. If the first question is, which way is the trend? The second question, where does the trend end? That's actually more important because you can just look at a chart. If it's going up, you could say the trend is up. And the pattern can tell you where you're at in the trend, the beginning or the end or the middle. Okay, so there's always going to be Okay, so blue bars here, just like here. That means that this move down has high odds, okay, of being the low of that wave. Okay, it went a little bit lower. We're not really interested in shorting that. Blue bars plus that 618 support. There's two things. So the indicator is confirming the pattern. So it's not just indicator. Okay, so at this point, to get up to that 874, there's always going to be resistance, right? So here is the resistance zone that could terminate, okay, this leg. And we break it down in the course of what each leg would look like to get odds. If is this going to complete or is it going to fail? Okay, and the odds start from down here on a different time frame. What the waves look like on a different time frame up to here gives us odds. Is it going to break or is it going to fail? It's very important. So we're before it gets to the level, we have a way that we look at it to get odds before it hits the level. So we're not just waiting for a level to hit and then trying to make up our mind really quick. It's very hard to do that. Well, it's very hard to have confidence once it's at the level to actually do something. Okay, so let's look at the 3-minute chart from today. So same thing, blue bar here. This was yesterday. So if you were long or even just scalping long, you would stop scalping long on the blue bars. Okay, there's a blue bar here. Might be a little bit hard to see, but same thing. Went a couple ticks lower here. We're not interested in really shorting that unless it has a relative pullback. Okay, so this is the chart from today. Okay, you can see there was 3 waves up. There is probably going to be a minor pullback in the morning and maybe even another wave up before it corrects bigger. But anyways, we'll look at this chart, okay? And now you can break it down to the scalper chart. Okay, this is a 4 range. You can use a 6 range. You can use a volume or a tick. It doesn't matter as long as it's a different view than the 3-minute, or really a different view than any of the minute charts. The whole purpose of breaking it down into a different view is so you can pick up either the range or the speed of a smaller time frame. Okay, so when we're looking at like the 3-minute, this gives us the direction we should only be scalping in. If it's green and going up, or if it's green, the bars will be going up. But if it's green, we're not scalping short. If it's red, we are not scalping long, right? So, and we're also using the targets on the small time frames as well, because those tell us when to stop scalping in a direction. The targets are dynamic. It's the only thing that can truly tell us what's going on based on what just happened today, right? It's not pivots or point of control from yesterday or whatever. Those do have value if they are confirmed with something else. But just trading off of point of control just by itself, what exactly are you supposed to do on it, and is it the same thing every time? Okay, so on the scalper, basically green, blue, green go long, right? But we're breaking down the scalper into patterns as well. So we're breaking it down exactly the same as we do the minute charts. It's just a quicker entry. Okay, so there's an indicator entry here, pattern entry here. Okay, and the pattern entry, you might think, well, that's kind of late, but patterns look different. Okay, they're all similar, but the same exact pattern can look different right now, an hour later, a week later. It can look a little bit different. So sometimes the pattern entry is here, sometimes it's here, sometimes you don't get the pattern entry on the first wave, right? You have to do pattern entry on the second wave, okay? But there is pattern entry here plus indicator entry, because it's always pattern first, then indicator. Okay, so there's a couple different entries there. There was a pattern or a indicator pattern entry here. Okay, not here. Pattern entry here plus indicator, pattern entry here as well. So, and technically you don't even need the indicator for a pattern entry, right? As long as you know the pattern of what you're looking for to get odds, is this level going to hold based on the bigger chart? It's not so much just this chart. So I think that on the ES, we'll look at that really quick. Like the ES, the 3-minute, had blue bars at the low today. Okay, good level to stop, right, going short. So if we break this down to a 60-minute, Yellow bars, big move is coming. Really what that's picking up is the contraction, the sideways. Because the market's either expanding or contracting, so that's picking that up. This low does have odds of holding. If this low is broken, I'm looking for that 1280 to hold. Okay, but you can retrace the high to low to get that resistance too right here, about 1322. But there is some support in this market right here. So, Google just had bad earnings, so I mean we could come down, but any move to the downside, I think there might be more support than you think. There might be some early morning weakness, but 1280 is the big level. So we'll see what happens there.